Hi guys, how are you all? From today, we are starting a new language. So, this language is basically used for web, and it's most important language. If you are going to be a full stack developer, you should know this language. The language is JavaScript. We will make a complete playlist for this language. We will go through topics one by one, and I will make a complete playlist for this language called JavaScript. Okay, so today we will understand little bit about JavaScript. So let me open the folder. So first of all, let's understand what is JavaScript. Well, JavaScript is a scripting language that interpreted and compiled at runtime. It means that it required an engine to interpret and run a program. This is usually done by a web browser, but there are JavaScript engines that can run program without a browser. JavaScript is also known as dynamic language, which means that element of a program can change while runtime, unlike in C++. So now let's understand some history of JavaScript because see guys, you need to know the basic of any programming languages because when it's the time of interview, the interviewer will ask you the question regarding this particular language. So you should know the basic of the programming languages. So now let's go and understand some history of JavaScript. So now let me tell you, there was one company named as Netscape. You can see, yeah. So what happened is like the owner of the Netscape company told one of his employee named Brandon H. Yeah, Brandon H. Remember the name? Yeah. So the owner told one of his employee to design something new language for their navigation browser. So this employee named Brandon H. designed one prototype scripting language called Mocha in just 10 days. So the prototype scripting language was called as Mocha. Later, this new language was named as LiveScript. And after few days, it was named as JavaScript. So the name JavaScript has often caused some unfortunate confusions. So the confusion was between JavaScript and JavaLite. Well, these both are completely different languages. JavaScript in 1995, remember the date, in 1995, JavaScript was able to program in a web browser to do stuffs. By 2005, sites like Google Maps and Gmail started to appear, and they demonstrated that JavaScript was capable of creating rich internet applications that looked and behaved like native desktop application. This progress has continued at pace, and almost every website today is using JavaScript in some ways. So that was the brief history of JavaScript. So now let's understand something called JavaScript version. So in 1995, we have seen that JavaScript was able to program a web browser to do stuffs. So after 1 year, in 1996, a decision was made to standardize JavaScript with the help of European Computer Manufacturing Association, who would host the standard. This standardized language was called ECMA script. ECMA script. Now the confusion occurred. What we should call JavaScript? We should call it ECMA script or JavaScript. So for remove this confusion, ECMA script was referred for specification and JavaScript was used to refer as a language. Later we told JavaScript as JS. When JavaScript was standardized in 1997, the specification was known as ECMA script version 1. But in 2015, people said that why should we write ECMA script version 1, version 2, version 3? Instead, we should write the version name after the year it was published. So In 2015, instead of naming ECMS script version 6, we named it as ES 2015, and later new versions were coming. So this was the brief history of JavaScript. Now I will show you. I am using W3 School. You should also use W3 School for just recognizing the concepts. So let's go and see some brief introduction of JavaScript in W3 schools too. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is the programming language of the web, as I told you before. It can update and change both HTML and CSS. It can calculate, manipulate, and validate data. So, why study JavaScript? JavaScript is one of the third language all web developer must learn. So the first one is HTML, which defines the content of the web pages. The second one is CSS, which specify the layout of the web pages. And JavaScript is to program the behavior of the web pages. Now what JavaScript can do? JavaScript can change HTML content. JavaScript can also change HTML attributes value. JavaScript can also change HTML style. Also, JavaScript can hide HTML elements. Also, JavaScript can show HTML elements. So these are the things which JavaScript can do. And that's all for our today's video. In today's video, we have seen the introduction of JavaScript, the history of JavaScript, JavaScript version, and understand what JavaScript can do with the help of W3 School. So that's all for our today's video. So guys, now I will create a complete new playlist for JavaScript and we will go through each of this topic one by one. Okay, so that's it for our today's video. Thank you guys.